Hey, this is the Daily Overpass. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now today, let's ask, are you ready for voice? All right, so today I want to show you guys some of the new toys here in the office, right? So back in 2017, I did a video about my test devices. So I showed you all the physical devices I had at the time. So I had like a couple of iPads, a 10-inch Google tablet, a Kindle Fire, a couple of iPhones, and a whole bunch of Android phones. And anytime anybody's getting rid of their old phone, I see if I can get it from them, or just give them a little bit of money for it, see if I can get a good deal on it, or if I see something good on eBay, or if something goes on sale on Amazon, I'll pay for it, because there's only so much you could do in an emulator or in the simulator. It's better to have a physical device there, because a lot of times you'll find things that you won't find on a simulator, especially when it comes to memory crashes and stuff like that, right? The upside of that is you have a lot of gadgets, which could be really cool and a lot of fun to play with. So I mentioned this on the live stream, but we've been doing a little bit of work lately with voice control, right? So using this guy here, which was what I got over Christmas time, just before Christmas, for testing an application that we've been working on, which is a Google Home Mini, which was like 29 pounds, right? And I've also, and just the other day, got the Amazon Echo Dot, right? So we've been playing around with both of these, right? And it has been kind of fun. It's a whole new way of thinking about things, talking about the visual user interface as opposed to the graphical user interface. You know, how does somebody interact with the voice rather than being able to see the information in front of them? Are you giving them enough information to make the next decision? Are you listening too long? Little things like that, and it's just getting my head around that. Last week we did a video where we talked about going after technologies where the market's not there yet, right? So that right now there's a little bit of a market here for voice activation, right? And we're pursuing that, and we're learning the new skills and getting up to speed on that in case it takes off, but it's a risk, and it's actually kind of fun, right? It reminds me a lot, and doing the voice activation reminds me a lot of Star Trek: The Next Generation, when they would talk to the computer. Hey computer, how long would it take to do this, or whatever? And it always seemed like such an inefficient mode of communication to me, right? Voice. But a lot of people are talking about that becoming the future, and I don't know whether it will or not, or I don't know whether the skills to do that will go from being app developers or designers to something like psychologists, because they know how people interact and the language processing or anything like that. But it's all very, very interesting, but it's something new to think about. Right? So, and also if you run a business, so like for me, I'm trying to think, how could we use voice in our business? How could we use this within our organization? And we've talked to other companies about how they can use voice within their business, right? Because it might take off. It might be the next big thing to go to, or it might not. There's a lot of limitations to voice, although there's a lot of benefits. So it's just kind of, trying to think that concept through and try not to be the old dog that can't learn new tricks. And it's been kind of fun. Anyway, my opinion about the two of these, if you guys are wondering, I thought the Google Home would be better. I really thought it would be better because Google has all the data, and I was really interested in this, why I got this and was doing Dialogflow and doing all that kind of stuff. But Amazon has the market share, and this seems to be a lot more polished in terms of what it can do. Just over my last couple of days experience with it, and I've been really impressed with the Amazon ecosystem on this also, right? But it reminds me, and I think Amazon has about 80% market share on these things. So it reminds me a little bit of when I started with apps, where iPhones had the majority of the market share and Androids were still kind of picking up steam, right? And I wonder if Google's going to do the same, where they take over this market or not. But it's all up in the air. But it is getting ready for the next technology and trying to guess what that next technology it may be. Now these might fall through. Maybe nobody will ever go for voice. Maybe it won't be a voice activation type of thing, and then it'll just be learning how it works and everything like that. But yeah, it's kind of fun. So my question to you guys is, well, first of all, first question is, do you run a business? If you run a business, how can voice help your business? Is it something that you've thought of? Because I think a lot of business owners out there haven't even considered it. And when I start thinking about scenarios, it's a lot of fun to come up with how these things could work together. Secondly, if you're a developer, have you done any work with voice control or with any of these devices, or even the Google Assistant on an Android phone? That's another thing that Google has. They have Google Assistant is everywhere, right? This on all the Android phones, or eventually it's gonna be on all the Android phones. So if you're a developer, have you done any work with voice activation, and how have you found that? And like I said, if you're an indie developer and you're looking for passive income, it may not be the thing for you, right? I think there's payment methods that are coming in for Echo. I don't want to say the name because it keeps going off. For the Echo Dot, for the Alexa, right? I think there's payment methods going in on that, but I'm not quite sure for Google Assistant yet. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you today. I think it's something that if it's not on your radar, you might want to have it there in the background. It might be something that emerges over the next year, because a lot of people think that it will, and we're going into it big time. Actually, we're doing a lot of work on this, and it's a lot of fun. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. That is it for today. I will talk to you guys again tomorrow.